that end. So, if they fail on canceling you, what's the next move? Well, the next move is jail. And by the way, you can see this playbook. They do this playbook with Julian Assange. They do it with
Free Julian Assange. The exact same playbook, and the fact that nobody sees the parallels is great. This guy's sitting in jail for some false rape charges, and what he really did was expose the WikiLeaks and showed how the U.S. government was bombing innocent civilians in the Middle East.
With credible people. It's what they do. First, they try and discredit you and cancel you, so no one listens to you. If people keep listening to you, then they have to try and discredit you further.
I think this was the biggest failed cancellation I've ever seen. For Alex Jones, it was very effective. He still has a very loyal fan base. But Andrew and Tristan Tate's cancellation was by far the biggest failure and exposed a lot of the double standards that happens in social media.
Further, and try and put you in jail. That's the next move. And that's what the Matrix has done. The Matrix is now trying to put Andrew in jail. It's completely bogus charges, but unfortunately, Romania is, you guys can look this up, is known for corruption. And unfortunately, corruption also works to where if the mainstream and the Matrix wants you, they can find a corrupt judge to sign a bullshit paper to get your house raided. And that's really what it is. It's one judge signs one paper, and now your house gets raided, and then you get... And that's how it goes. That's just how it goes. So, obviously that's all in the news now, because that's what it takes to discredit, right? Just the house raid alone is massively discrediting. Julian Assange, right? I don't know if you guys know who that is. He's the WikiLeaks guy who reported a bunch of news that the US government didn't want to get reported. Then one day, out of nowhere, some Swedish girl said that he raped her. And there's no evidence at all that that happened ever. And I'm pretty sure the charges were dropped and it never even went to court. But by then he ran away and hid in exile in some embassy. He was in that embassy.
He was in an embassy in the UK. I just visited it. It was funny. I passed that embassy the day that I was canceled on YouTube and Twitch. Or no, just YouTube when they deleted all my channels. I was walking by that and I made a mistake. And what a lot of the people on the Red Pill community, they tell me to do is they tell me to not speak too much about this. It's better to go stick to surface level red pill ideas, stuff like relationships, because trying to become a martyr of truth is just going to make you a target for people that you don't want to be a target for. And so right after the cancellation, I posted on my Instagram, I was really upset. I was started talking about big tech, and I said free Alex Jones, free Julian Assange, free Andrew Tate, free Kanye West, all the people that were martyrs of free speech. And Instagram took down the post for violence. They control everything, chat.
Forever. Then they dropped those charges and then they added on some new charges about something about leaking sensitive information, like it's a sort of terrorist thing. So anyway, that's the playbook they played on Assange. Step 2 done. Will they attempt step 3? Because step 3 is if they can't cancel you and if they can't put you in jail, or if jail doesn't ruin your...
Then you end up drowned in some lake in the middle of a jungle in Argentina, or a plane crashes, or you end up with some faulty pills that a doctor gave you, like what happened to Michael Jackson. They slipped something. There's just some, or Kevin Samuels, you end up with in a hotel room. Phase 3.
Influence. The next thing they do is they kill you. They Epstein you. They make, and Andrews clearly said
Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. We all know that. You have to be a complete NPC if you think that Jeffrey Epstein actually hung himself in jail, one of the most high-profile prisoners of all time. The cameras just, for some reason, turned off, and all the prison guards. Oh, Jeff Epstein, he's chilling. Just like, whoa, he's dead. He didn't kill himself.
On multiple podcasts, he will never kill himself. Andrew knew that this would happen eventually. It was always a possibility on the board. It was always, okay, well, we've done well in not getting canceled. We're not going to shut up because we're going to keep changing lives for the better. And okay, so that means step 2 is jail. And Andrew expressed in many podcasts that he knew that that was the case, and that's why he was worried. And obviously he was worried for a good reason, as we can see.
One of the last things he texted me, I think 2 days ago on stream when I was reacting to his podcast with Pearl. I asked him how he's doing and stuff like that. He said that he was in somewhere in Europe. I don't want to disclose his location. And then he said, yeah, I've been doing good, just surviving the Matrix attacks. And I'm not sure how much he knew or if he was able to predict that this was about to happen, but you certainly feel the pressure before the walls cave in. You know, I don't know, I can't tell you exactly what it is, but anybody who's been watching my streams for a while, before the big tech cancellation, we saw it coming. There was the more pressure, there was more signs, more demonetized videos, more age restriction, the stuff that the hit pieces that were coming out, stuff that I was hearing behind the scenes, and even just the attitude of the stream. It's like, we all knew that this wasn't lasting very long. It's very eerie that like Andrew just texted me like, I'm good, just surviving the Matrix attacks. So when you're taking on something at this level, you need to have, like, look at him right here sitting in the war room. You need to have a network of strong people around. And I don't want to say who it was, but today I was in a Twitter space with one of these men and trying to defend Andrew and Tristan against people who are completely programmed. It's very difficult because woke people are so hard-headed while also predictable, and at the same time stuck in their ways and repeating the same stuff. And they also feel that they're smart, so they want to get their sentence out, but you already know what they're going to say before they finish saying it.
See now, because frankly, I'm extremely surprised this happened. I've been living with the guy forever, and I can tell you guys, it's not true in any way, shape, or form. It's complete, just literal nonsense. I actually can't believe it. It makes me really not trust the justice system at all in any way, shape, or form.
There's no point. You can't judge. Why would you trust people that have complete power and control over you? They do not have your best interest in mind. Everybody here watching, the best thing that we could do is become sovereign individuals and make your own government, you know? And that doesn't mean like start your own nation, but be the president of your own household. Be able to have multiple passports and have a giant compound, be with your friends, and where you could where you don't have to listen to what they want to force you to do. So when the next pandemic eventually comes because of climate change and they tell you that you can't drive because you're going to emit too much carbon, when they start tracking your social credit to see if you're a good person, you have to have enough money and have a big enough family and a big enough network so that isn't something that you have to think about. The government does not care about you. The powers that be, anybody in charge, they don't care. Why would they? Someone actually tell me why anybody who's seeking power and control over others, why would they have your best interest in mind? You're a nobody. We're nobodies. We're nothing. We're sheep. Keep exposing the Matrix, the New World Order, and the occult agendas such as globalist control and depopulation. Us like-minded people need to stick together to stop the divide and awaken others. Yes, anybody who's awake and who's like-minded, now is the time to create a network and work together. And I offer one, the creativity kit, but you don't have to join my creativity kit. It's an online school as well as a private network where like-minded people can learn and teach each other and network to make money online right now through social media and also with different professors. But there's so many ways we have to stick together and help each other out, because you're not going to be able to make it out of this alone. And I know that it's really easy to go down this path of schizophrenia and loneliness and getting upset. Like I see it in my Discord reaction sections where people send me these videos and they're overly analyzing this thing. The best thing to do, because right now we're covering news and this is ultimately entertainment, the best thing we could do is become smarter, richer, stronger, and not entertain too much gossip. Obviously I'm working right now.